Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Starladder. There we go. Now we have the in-game video going. I'm LD. I'm joined here by Maruna, and we are casting Mouse Sports versus No Tidehunter. No Tidehunter is doing really well in Starladder so far. They are 9-1, the least losses of any team in the league, and the second to most wins. So they have a great shot at making those land finals. As for Mouse, 7-2, but they've got a couple of very strong teams hot on their heels. Empire and Na'Vi, the two main ones. They can't afford to drop, really. They can lose a game here or there, but they can't afford to lose too many. I think they have some tough matches coming up later this week. Anyway, Maruna, how are you doing, and what do you think about this matchup?
I'm excited about this match. No Tidehunter and Mouse Sports are one of the biggest names in this competition, so we can expect some real high-quality Dota. And unfortunately, we have a stand-in on both sides, as No Tidehunter dropped their captain Eternal Envy, and Mouse Sports captain switched over to Na'Vi, so we have Koikra and EGM standing in, if that's how you pronounce the Mouse stand-in's name.
Did you say Quaikwa?
I say Koikra, but I have no clue.
Okay, well, you're German, right? So
yes.
I defer to you. Koikra. I'm not going to say that. It's going to drive me insane. Oh, man. All right, but, I mean, something else we were talking about in the pregame is these are sort of somewhat long-term stand-ins. They've been playing a lot with both of these teams. Eggum has played with No Tidehunter pretty much ever since they decided to get rid of Eternal Envy. And same for Koikwa. Oh,
I don't know. Call him whatever you want.
He's been standing in for them a lot, basically. So it's not like a total random player, but Wisp slips through. Unusual to see this nowadays in Europe, but it does slip through, and No Tide are going to first pick it.
And this leaves the option of Nakes as well as Phantom Lancer to Mouse Sports, and Black loves all those heroes. And they pick up the Lifestealer. Seems like Phantom Lancer hasn't been so popular today. After G-League, no one wants him anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. It's without Keeper of the Light, the hero really is a lot weaker. Phantom Lancer he's a decent laning carry just because Lance spam is quite strong and he does have an invis escape ability, so supports are forced to buy Dust or Sentries to kill him, but he doesn't really dominate a lane. You can't go aggressive with a Phantom Lancer, do a whole lot. And as a result, you also don't have that global TP ability with the Keeper of the Light, so you have to spend one of your inventory slots on a TP, and obviously you just can't be everywhere at once, so just because of that TP cooldown. So I think without Keeper of the Light, he's not nearly as strong, and I think most people would agree with that. Chen, the choice for No Tide, so they're going to shore up their lanes, and a Mag. Well, their mid-game is terrifying, but their laning stage, not the strongest. Magnus, not really a dominant lane controller mid. Obviously, Wisp, not that great until you get level 6. And Chen, as far as the junglers go, not the best, really. But in the mid-game, with the Hand of God and RP, their team fight will be terrifying.
And of course the Wisp pick also gives some more options like a CK or even a Tiny. So I think we're going to see a little bit of different Dota coming out from No Tidehunter, but Mouse is going to pick Silencer. I hope not another support Silencer. I'd love to see him get a little bit of more farm because Mouse have run that double carry strategy recently. So I'd really love to see him get some gold and XP.
I wonder if Fada is going to be taking the Silencer mid. I want to say he's played it there before, but maybe I'm thinking of another team. But if anybody would run the Silencer mid, I feel like Mouse might just be the team to do it. And if they want to do that, they can... I mean, the Darkseer obviously is also a strong choice mid. I want to keep in mind, with this Wisp pick, there is no mid pulling anymore. I mean, you can do it, but it's very situational. You can only do it with certain camps, and even then it's very hard to pull it off. So basically, there's not going to be any mid pulls. Wisp could go around jungling with the Chen, but then your lanes get even weaker against any sort of aggressive tri-lane, say with a Lifestealer +2. And it looks like No Tide are going to start banning those supports that combo well with the Lifestealer. The Rubik, a decent one. They may leave the Shadow Demon in the pool. Well, actually, no, they'll probably ban it out, as they already have their two supports. Unless we see a solo mid-Wisp. That's something that we have seen before. It's not really common. I actually saw Wisp go mid against Darkseer it was Rising Stars who did it, and actually did all right in the end. It's not a very strong lady hero, but you get an early level 6, and then you're pretty much good to go.
And Wisp is, of course, a hero which is based on getting heroes on the enemy team, like killing them when they're out of position. And if Mouse play it well, and they don't give 3 or 4 kills away to a Wisp-CK combination TPing in, Wisp is an okay hero, but not the strongest hero. And there's, of course, the CK ban out from mouz. They don't want to have that happening. But Wisp can be comboed with almost any carry or damage dealer. CK is one of the best ones, but they're still tiny, which is still popular. What other heroes are there you usually combo with Wisp?
We've seen Sven. I know the old Infused. Wagamama used to run the Juggernaut with the Wisp. There are some other options, but I mean, CK Wisp, obviously the strongest and the most reliable, just because CK is very item independent and he's got such a spammable stun and Reality Rift, which both combo beautifully with the tether stun. Whereas something like Stormbolt, long cooldown, even Tiny's Avalanche, Toss is a little bit better because you can throw the Wisp in basically as a bomb and just explode all the spirits on a hero instantly. But Tiny's in the pool. Prophet was the ban for mouse sports. They want to remove that +1 because when you already have Wisp and Prophet, I mean, whatever carry they get to combo with the Wisp, there's going to be so many additional heroes arriving to the fight constantly, plus the heals all over the map. No Tidehunter, I gotta say, they've got to find a way to get through this laning stage. If they can do that, they'll be in a good position. And probably it'll be that Wisp safe lane, so we're looking at someone to lane with the Wisp, then the Mag mid, the Chen defensive jungle, and then either their offlaner or secondary jungler. If they wanted to do that, I'm trying to think who's in the pool, but I'm guessing there's an Enigma they could throw in the offlane, a decent way to deal with the Lifestealer. There is something like a Beastmaster, but he's really not picked much nowadays, so we'll have to see what No Tide goes for.
There's, after all, still a Luna in the pool, and they pick up Templar Assassin, so are they gonna put her into middle and Magnus into the offlane?
This is interesting. It really depends what they think Mouse is going to do with the Silencer. TI does pretty well against Silencer, but against Darkseer, she really struggles in the laning phase. Darkseer is one of the best heroes to lane against her. You can always control the runes unless the supports are able to jack them from you. And, of course, TA, that Ion Shell means that you can dive her quite early on, just by yourself, or to even harass her out of lane, force her to Battle Crow a lot. We'll have to see. So, I'm not sure if this is going to be a mid Darkseer, though. It seems like No Tide might be expecting the Silencer to go mid instead, in which case the TA pick is quite a bit stronger. They then go for Ancient Apparition, and I wonder if this is also about denying it to No Tide, but obviously a great counter to a hero like Chen with his global heals, as well as being pretty good versus TA because that ultimate means that her refraction is going to tick down a little bit over the course of a fight.
No Titan, they want to pick a damage dealer now. Temporal Assassin is good, but we talked about it in previous casts. She's not a carry. So if they want to run a conventional strategy with a damage dealer carry, they should pick that up now. And I want to see a Tiny. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'd love to. So I don't think they would have picked up an Ancient Apparition here. But Ancient Apparition strong in a trial, and because the Chilling Touch is getting back into fashion, and the players are skilling it and using it even on level 1, because it's just 50 extra damage on a level 1 gank means so much. It's like an extra hero.
Yeah, I mean, it really looks like it will be an offensive trialing Lifestealer AA +1, and then Silencer, Darkseer as your two solos. That whatever that +1 is, I mean, there's limited options. There's a Shadow Demon, that's the main thing. Riki, the choice from No Tide. Riki Wisp, this was
awesome.
This combo is fantastic with Wisp. Blink Strike is so spammable, and it's something that the Filipino teams actually love to do in Dota 1. There's also a team from Cambodia, which probably none of you guys know, called SVRES, who did this a lot in the GEST IDC. I don't think I've ever seen it in a Western game. Maybe it's been played, but I haven't cast those games. But Riki Wisp, make no mistake about it, this is one of the strongest combo partners for Wisp in the mid game. The only issue is Riki's not a good combo early on, but once he gets, say, level 7, level 8 or 9 or so, then these two can go all over the map.
Riki is also one of those heroes which can really get out of control if they just get a little bit. I mean, we've all played pub games against Riki. I think we all know what I mean when I say he can ball out of control so easily. But it's different because his ultimate, usually ultimate is something really strong, and it's just invisibility for him, which can be countered by Sentry's Dust or Gem. So it's the question whether Mouse buy that early, or if they get killed off a couple of times before they realize they really need some true sight.
Yeah, I'm wondering what they're thinking about. We're going to have to find out now. Will it be a support silencer? Will it be a solo mid? I'm leaning towards solo mid or safe lane potentially, but I'm leaning towards it being a solo. Probably wouldn't go mid since the Darkseer will match up much better against TA. The one other interesting point about Riki is his silence. Okay, it's going to be support silencer, but the one interesting point about Riki is his silence is actually fantastic against Lifestealer because when he's inside of that cloud, he cannot use Rage. And with TA and Riki, they can burst him down. It can also be deployed after a big RP, and then everybody is silenced, even after the RP ends. Can't use any of their abilities. No global silence for you, no vacuum for you. And of course, the Purge Blade in the mid-game is really nice just to pick off a hero like Darkseer. So mouz responds by selecting a Clinks, and I'm really curious if mouz... I guess they're not going aggressive. We'll have to see. How are they going to lane this? Alex playing the silencer, so definitely support Pos. Often they're off-laner, but I think since Quajkva has been added to the team, he's been kind of playing that carry or at least core hero role, and I guess we're going to see a bit of a shift this game. So quickly, let's introduce the players. On the side of mouz, we have Fata playing the Darkseer. Looks like he will be headed off-lane, so they're not going to put the TA versus the DS, which I sort of expected they might. Black on the Clinks has been pulled. He's also heading bottom for the moment. Potentially the Darkseer will go mid. Quajkva on the Lifestealer. We have the H.N. Apparition being played by Pos. And last but not least, we have Alex on the Silencer. And actually, Fata is saving for a bottle. Okay, so it looks like he is going mid.
Okay, on no tight on the side, we have Templar Assassin played by S4. Laoda Grasshopper is playing Ricky. Ake on his Chen. EGM playing the Wisp. And Admiral Bulldog not on his Bear, but on a Magnus.
Yeah, Admiral Bulldog, we'll have to see what he's actually doing. Remember, you can't really do the mid pulls as a hero like Mag, so most likely, I mean, you can, but they're really unreliable. You can stack and try to farm the jungle. There's some gimmicks you can do with the Ancients as well, just trying to farm them with Empower Cleave. You basically pull the H up. The fight looks like it might break out momentarily.
They want to fight, I think. I think mouz want to fight.
Yeah, mouz wants to fight, and No Tide's pretty weak at level 1. Really, none of these heroes are good at level 1, so...
No, not really. Wisp is okay.
Yeah, can be okay.
Wisp is okay with spirits, but... Yeah, mouz is just so much stronger on level 1, and looks like no fight after all, just a a ward placed.
So they are going to go with the aggressive tri-lane. The issue is, Riki can blink strike out of cold feet, so you can't rely on that. And of course, Wisp can tether away. So these two, they can't really catch with the combo that easily unless they're really committed to diving the tower. It's going to be Admiral Bulldog soloing this lane, and it looks like they're actually sending a dual lane top, so they're anticipating the tri-lane, and it appears they want to dodge it. Do they have any sentries or dust for Bulldog? They don't. Or for Black, rather. They don't. So, well, he's going to have an easier time of it. Riki Wisp can be annoying for a Clinks later on, but at level like 1 through 3 or so, not going to do a whole lot.
Also, although Wisp is a strength hero, he is pretty squishy, so a couple of those searing arrows are gonna bring him down pretty low.
So
and I'm curious to see how Magnus is gonna do. He has quite some regen, but against the tri-lane. Okay, the supports are rotating at the moment. Are they going? No, the supports are permanently rotating. They don't want to stay bottom.
Yeah, this makes sense. No Tide's gonna get a lot more of their lanes this way, and sure, you can't stop the Chen in the jungle, but realistically, your Lifestealer, Mag is not going to be able to kill him. You can always... He doesn't take Enrage yet, though. That could cost him. As Chen comes around with the Centaur, he can't actually avoid this too easily. Centaur stun, not going to be deployed just yet. There you go with your stun. They need the good skewer. Skewers him, but towards the tower. I think he might just escape. There's no test of faith just yet, and as a result, he'll live. Oh, man, if Bulldog could have wrapped around there, if the Chenso was a little bit sooner, I think No Tide had that kill. They needed the skewer backwards, but in the end, they don't get it. Shockwave will miss. The salve will be popped. And the Lifestealer, they can't really keep him out of lane with these heroes this early.
Yeah, maybe need a couple of more levels on Chen. Maybe even need a Troll instead of a Centaur because of the net. And they could also decide to just push the Lifestealer because he can't do anything against that. And it looks like that's what they're gonna do. Because that will force the supports back.
If they want
Lifestealer is not a counter pusher.
Yeah, he's not a counter pusher, but it's only a level 2 Chen. They don't have Arena Basilius yet. They don't really have the best pushing heroes at this early on in the game, but they will catch the Lifestealer with the skewer. Now bringing him low, but he's got Rage now. Imagine if they've been able to do that before, farther away from the tower as well. With Test of Faith, it's almost enough, but not quite in the end. He also had Test of Faith.
Block a bit.
Yeah. I did not account for the Test of Faith as the Chen just hit level 2, so it's actually a lot closer than I thought it would be, but in the end, not quite enough. I still like the rotation for mouz a lot, though, even if Lifestealer is being harassed, because Riki Wisp are not getting a thing out of this top lane. Level 2 on Riki getting close to 3, Wisp getting close to 2, but that was all from the early first couple of waves, and now life's going to get a lot more difficult.
But at least No Titan have found themselves a ward which they can place in the jungle, so they see the supports. If they play it smart, they're not gonna die to this because Ancient Apparition doesn't have a reliable stun, and we talked about Silencer. He can't do that much as a support early on, so at least they're not gonna die in this top lane. They can stay here, get a little bit of experience, a little bit of farm, and just wait for the levels. And Ake is going in again, and he found a troll.
He found the Dark Troll, so of course that Rage won't be helpful. It will help you to avoid some magic damage. The net is now thrown out. It doesn't last long, but it might be enough. Beautiful body blocking by Ake. The skewer hits right as the Rage wears off because it's only a level 2 skewer. First blood,
Finally.
Test of faith. Man, they had to work for that. In the end, they do get it. The perfect creep at the perfect moment to get the kill.
That's usually not what happens. At least not when I play Enchantress.
And I mean,
Okay, let's look at mid, because this is heavily going in favor of S4.
S4 is destroying this lane. It looks like he is doing some bottle crowing, but 17 and 14. There's been a lot of action elsewhere on the map, but it's normally a matchup that the Darkseer is a better time with. S4 just playing really well. I mean,
Half a level.
Yeah, that's a massive advantage on a disadvantaged matchup, at best even if you play it really well. Not something that Fada should be winning this, or that S4 should be winning this hard. Fada can at least look to contest this rune. He can't even do that. Everything going S4's way.
And Ricky went bottom. They want to farm him. They don't want him to just get a little bit of experience. They want him to really farm a lot. And Magnus is going top now.
Riki needs the experience, and he needs the farm so badly. For Mag, it's mainly about the experience. You need your Arcane Boots and your Blink Dagger in the mid game, but not as important as Riki. And if an underfarm Riki against Mouse's lineup is just going to be total food. They have a lot of nukes. They've got some decent burst. And I think this is a nice rotation in the end. If you're at no tide, you definitely want to dodge the tri-lane. That's why they set these two top to begin with. Because even if they can't kill the Riki, they can keep him from getting too much farm. He actually has a lot for this early in the game, but he was going to start getting a lot less with the tri-lane, doing some pulls and keep him out of lane. So I think a good rotation from no tide, and
a lot of mind games.
I'm really impressed by S4's play. This is such a dominating performance in mid. He's really come on over, you know, the past few months, ever since DreamHack is, I mean, one of the strongest solos in the West, to be perfectly honest.
The problem with the Magnus at the moment is that he doesn't have mana for a skewer, so he can't really go in close. Although Black is taking a lot of damage from the tower, but he needs a bit of mana. I think he wants a bottle, and he's gonna get it now. That's gonna help him.
He's up to 2k as well. What is Black gonna go for? You'd imagine the Orchid Rush. It looks like he's gonna buy that Oblivion Staff now.
Yes.
Indeed he is. And an early Orchid this game will be pretty damn big. Especially against a hero like Wisp. You can instantly assassinate her and bring her down quickly. It. Whatever.
I think it's an it.
Someone told me Io is a she, and then someone else told me it's an it. So I don't know.
No, it's an it. It's like, if you read the lore, it's like a basic element of weird being that existed before everything else existed. I think it's an it. It also can't speak.
I'll defer to your expertise in this matter.
Lifesteal is in the jungle.
Poor Fada.
He wants farm as well.
Not getting any of the runes, as we see Ake denying the bottom rune, and that's a part of the reason why he's struggling a bit in this lane. But yeah, nobody's defending bottom. They're getting the tower for free. Wisp already up to level 4, doing a nice job of just keeping the Wisp away from any damage. And the tower's going to drop.
Dire's bottom tower
So I gotta say, laning stage going fantastically for Mouse. If anything, you'd expect them to maybe lose it, but they're just winning now, pretty much. At least breaking even or winning all 3 lanes.
Look at the gold difference. No Tide Hunter is winning.
Oh, did I say Mouse? I meant no Tide.
Yes, I was a bit confused there.
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely meant no Tide. They're playing really well, and
now we see a smoke gang from Chen and Wisp. Wisp wants his level 6. It's level 6.
Yeah, see, you just went the opposite direction.
Yeah, but that's just because I'm German and I'm not used to saying it's. We don't have that.
Really?
Everything has a gender here.
Even things that don't have a gender?
If you say it in a possessive way, it's either one. German is complicated, trust me. But if you hear that from someone calling a computer male, for example, it's because we're German. Or courier. Don't kill the courier.
They're gonna net him right mid-surge, and he's gonna get tether stun. He's still running, though. One more auto attack will bring him down. A second kill
Courier
for
survives.
no Tide. The courier does live.
Oh, it's the TPL courier, but it's not very bright. Looks like someone needs to watch more TPL.
Yeah, and you only have to watch the games for like 1 minute to level up the couriers that have that ability. So.
Yeah.
And you can even do it from replays.
Alex, I'm disappointed.
It's okay. We forgive him. Only this once, though. The way the lanes are developing looks fantastic for no Tidehunter. Loda's getting farming levels. Admiral Bulldog's getting farming levels. They got the first tower. S4 won his lane. Chen's getting levels. I mean, what more could you ask for? Already level 6 on Ake. You can't really think of a worse start, and it puts pretty much all the pressure on mouz for this Clinks to have a really big impact, because the Leicester got shut down fairly hard in the bottom lane just with the Chen ganks early, and it's no Tide just having strong lane control from S4 and great movement around the map from Ake, and putting them setting them up for a potentially dominant mid game.
And Ake is rotating around. He has quite a zoo with him. Looks like he wants to go top. It's interesting because there are a lot of enemy heroes there. And he certainly doesn't want to go into that. But Kling's still the most farm on the map. By very few, but on the last hit board, still on top.
You know, I'm just really not liking this support silencer. You can't keep anyone out of lane with this hero, and you can't find kills early. And if his ult's down, he's pretty much useless. I'm just not convinced. I don't know.
Yeah,
Every game we
neither.
watch it goes poorly. While I'm talking about that, Black Dice to
What
Bulldog
happened?
solo. RP was used, and that is
Wow.
a hugely costly kill. He's the only hero on their team that's getting farm and experience and not really being challenged too much. He was the lead CSer in the game, and that just, that's just unfortunate, basically. Gets caught out by the skewer RP and will die as a result.
And that without any true side.
Yeah, must have
I
just been
didn't
going.
see it. Yeah.
Bulldog must have saw him going to shop and just went in with the skewer RP, and Black got a little bit cocky. It wasn't quite ready for it.
And Aki can scare away the Nakes out of his own jungle. That's not the way you want to have your Nakes 10 minutes in. He has boots and a quelling blade.
If he had phase boots, he'd be going on Aki right now. He's going to go anyway, but there is the net. The net actually gets thrown out on Alex. Still going to be Aki pulled back in. Drops the Hand of God. Will fall as a result, but S4 is cleaning house. Picks off Pass. The Wisp is now available, and they can also have some cute combos with a Blink Dagger on him, tethering in to that with Relocate. Can be very strong. Black getting closer to that Orchid, but the death really hurts him quite a bit, and I mean, Fox is not getting a lot of farm. Normally you send this Darkseer mid versus a hero like TA, you expect a really fast mech, a really big core item for the team, and S4 just won that lane so hard, it's going to be quite a while before he gets it.
And Ricky level 8 with a Yasha and the Orb of Venom. And he's walking to the middle lane, no sentries out from mouz, and he's gonna find Silencer.
Oh, anyone. I mean, anybody he wants. It's just such an easy kill. This is a sad pass. It's about to be a dead pass.
Still too close to the tower. Loda doesn't want to fight inside the tower range.
Yeah, just waiting for the creep wave to push in, and then he's going to go. And this has the makings of a disaster, because the Wisp can tether forward and set up an easy kill. Pass still not prepared. Alex still not prepared. They're actually pushing. Well, they'll either get the tower for free, or Loda will find a kill.
Nakes is sitting on the sidelines now with face.
Oh my goodness, look at that tether, the blink in, the stun is there, but Loda gets caught, open wounds up, wall dropped on top of him, Loda will fall in the end, nuked down by the silencer. The last ward does basically expire there, does the damage. S4 though, does he have the blink dagger yet? Has just picked it up so he can blink in, Eggum can tether again. There's your tether stun, where's the additional one? Bulldog surges in with the skewer, looking for an ultimate, gets silenced.
Nice silence.
Nice global silence there, saves him a lot of trouble. Fada will live with basically no HP. Eggum doesn't have mana, although he does a magic stick, he does a bottle. They could look for relocate. Are they thinking about it? No, they're not going to.
That was not the best trade ever, because they gave away their Ricky.
And Clink's
they're
got a
being a
tower
little
in
bit,
the meantime.
Yeah. They're being a little bit too aggressive. Ricky is a strong hero, but not with one big item at level 8.
I mean,
He still needs a little bit more to really scare the whole enemy team away, and now he's going top and he's following Black.
I'm not sure about the Yasha. Oh, here comes the relocate. They're going to go in Black. They have Dust, and the tether stun should be enough to bring him down. There's 3 heroes here. Black tries to run. One more blink in, and Loda will get the kill. That additional 2 heroes showing his prowess. Riki hunts them, and the Wisp +1 kills them.
And that was the Orchid recipe gold right there. Gone.
He was really close to it. He didn't
I
quite
believe
have
he
it.
almost had it.
Yeah, I think it was like 100 gold short. Instead, delayed by another couple minutes. Compare that to Funnick last game. Just had the Orchid at, what, like 12.5 minutes right about now, and then went to hunting.
What do the gold graph? The gold graph is about 3,000 gold, which is still okay. And we're not seeing a fight mid. But there's a haste rune of Templar Assassin. But she's suffering from Silencer. That's the tiny thing Silencer can do apart from his ultimate is being annoying with that mana loss if he skilled it, yes. And that disarm and silence. But apart from that, no crowd control, no damage. Silencer, support Silencer, I don't like it, I agree.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they can prove us wrong, but right now it's not looking too good. Fada gets caught by the RP, and the skewer was there, or the tether stun was there after the blink. Such a nice combo. Loda on the hunt. Once Black is gonna find him again. No, the dust just wears off. Black
nice
barely lives.
juke.
Will we see a relocate for some blind orb action? Looks like we won't. Oh, it's cooling down in 5 seconds. Will he go for it? No.
I don't think so.
That would be a little bit. Be some guesswork there to pull it off. It almost has the Orchid again. Oh, please don't die now, Black. You're our only hope.
And let's look at Chen. Chen has a buckler and a Ring of Basilius and a couple of creeps. So they want to push mid now. They have everything up apart from RP. But since there's no Blink Dagger on Magnus yet, it isn't that bad. He's still 500 gold away from it. They want to be aggressive. Look at No Titan. They're just grouping up in the middle. Aki is walking around. Aki is saying, I want to push something. I want to kill something.
Well, they can do this because there's always that +2. No matter where they go, there's the Wisp and whoever she's tethered to, which for now seems to be S4. I imagine later it'll shift more to the Riki once he has some more items and levels. But his Blink Strike still isn't maxed, and his Cloud's only level 1. But because they have the Riki or the Wisp +1, they can be much more aggressive with farming, knowing that the Wisp will be there to back them out if Mouse goes in. And it's why we see this hero pick so much in Europe. If you can get to level 6 and you're not too far behind, then you just have such an advantage in terms of farming. It's not even necessarily about the kills. It's about the farm advantage you accrue just because of the threat. I mean, we talk about heroes not getting caught, but while you're busy not getting caught, here comes the relocate bottom, and then it looks like they're going to get caught anyway. S4's TP'd in. Loda's been brought into the fray. Lifesteal's going to try to fight, but I think he should be looking to run. In comes the Darks here, but he's already low. Loda skewers in. RP cooling down in 8 seconds. In the meantime, the Cloud gets dropped. Quadrica's still in the chase. Loda picks up a double. Wants the triple. Clinks to the back lines. Black doing what he can with that Organ, but it doesn't seem to be enough. Alex is melting. One more auto attack. Down he'll go. The RP was deployed. Catches out Black. Black taking a lot of damage. Still alive. The Cloud is too late. He will be able to win walk away. Meanwhile, the Lifesteal are on the run. Quadrica, can he survive? One more blink and a meld. S4 on a killing spree. And Loda picks up the double, and now they want Black. Do they have detection? They don't, but instead they're going to get paused. If Black comes out to try and help, he will die. So all he can do is watch helplessly while his teammates fall all around him. And No Tide looking really solid. There's your blink on Mag as well, picked up after the death.
And this is Ricky's strength. Pick up one hero one by one after the other. He can do it so easily, and now he's gonna have a BKB soon. And then what is gonna harm him? Clinks doesn't deal a lot of damage at this point. Nakes? Yeah, well, he has face boots and almost drums. That's no damage either.
I mean, the issue is also, the only thing Mouse can really do is surge away from him, but they can't kill him. Like you said, there's just no stuns on this team. It's the same, it's no stuns, no win. It seems to be sort of the trend for today. I'm a little surprised teams pick these lineups, especially against really confident opponents like No Tide who are just not afraid to take the fight to you. But we'll see. They're not entirely out of it, but it really doesn't look good. Pos gets Blink skewered back in.
Wow.
Or maybe they are, just in a world of pain. There's your additional tether stun. And the net from Ake, plus the Test of Fate to bring him down. Nice coordination, nice chain stun. And No Tide is well on their way to taking a 10-1 standing in the Starladder, And if they can do that, they're in great position, because this is one of the teams that was really in the hunt right now at Mouse.
They are just playing super well. They're playing really coordinated. They have all the items they need. They're getting the kills they need. They have a lot of sentry wards. They have dust. They have everything they want to have. The laning was smart. There was a lot of mind games going on, like I said, but they rotated whenever they felt like they need to. And now they're just pushing it. They know how strong they are. There's Hand of God of cooldown in a second, and then all the ultimates are up.
And what can you really do if you're Mouse? You can A ult, so at least the heals won't come, or they won't be effective if they do, but S4's got 3.6k, Loda's got his BKB. I think it's coming out right now on the courier. In fact, it is, and with that BKB, they can just keep on forcing fights, and if you try to engage, Well, here comes your Riki Wisp, and everybody's just going to melt to that. Plus the Aegis on S4, so he can be extra aggressive, and it's not like he was wanting for aggression coming into this situation. This tower is going to drop. All that Mouse can do is split push, but they can't really split push fast enough because Black doesn't have that many items, and, well, Fata's just desperately poor, just sitting on Buckler, so really nothing for him.
If you look at Mouse's lineup, they don't really have initiation power. They have counter initiation with a Darkseer and a Silencer. They don't really have the lineup to just jump on enemies and kill them.
And
the
you
whole
need to
lineup
be able
is
to
a
do
bit
that
passive.
against a Wisp. You have to be able to burst her down quickly. Damn it. It's never gonna happen. Just one of those bad habits I have. Uh-oh. RP catches out Quadrupa, but that allows Black to just deliver the damage freely. A nice defensive stand. Ake's gonna drop. In comes S4, driving by. Deso already up. So freaking huge. Now your tether's done on Black. He's trying to run. He gets dusted. One more right click. Down he'll go. S4 on a triple kill for Loda, but it felt like S4 did all the damage in that fight. Man, he hits like a truck, and GG indeed.
They got no tide on this courier.
Yeah, Courier dead.
The donkey.
If only that would turn the game around fully, but whoever loses their Courier apparently goes on to win the game, it seems.
Poor little donkey, I feel sorry for it. But what can we say? No Titan that really played it well. Mouse not winning the lanes, maybe also not winning the draft. The Ancient Apparition didn't really work out on the Silencer. 2 passive supports with no stuns, no disables, no real disables.
A lot of the credit has to go to S4. I mean, to dominate a Darkseer that hard, he was 17 and 14 when the Darkseer was like 8 and 2 or 6 and 2. You can maybe break even as the TA. Oh wow, guaranteed trip to Kiev for no tide, so they secure the, I think the first secured berth, or I guess maybe the second, but congratulations to them. They certainly earned it. For me, the MVP has to be S4, but Ake played quite well. Overall, no tide looking strong.
I totally agree, and I think the next game is gonna be Mouse against Navi, isn't it?
Yeah, the next game is going to be Mouse versus Navi, guys, so stay tuned. When we come back, we'll have some more Starladder action headed your way. I'm LD, she's Maruna. If you enjoy her casting, be sure to follow her, twitter.com/Maruna_Dota. Maruna, any last parting words for the viewers?
I have to give a German Widmung out to, hey look, it's George, or whatever he's called, because I promised him to do it in German. That's the best German I can do.
Okay, guys, stay tuned. When we come back, we'll have some more Starladder for you.